Today, we're diving into a book with a pretty bold claim that you can totally transform your entire life all before 8 a.m. This is Hal Elrod's The Miracle Morning. So let's just jump right in with a question for you. Do you ever get that nagging feeling that maybe you're settling? That you're not really living up to your full potential and your life is just kind of okay? Well, Hal Elrod, the author, actually has a name for this feeling. He calls it the 95% reality check. It's this idea that most of us are quietly struggling, just accepting a life that's less than what we really want. So the book throws out this really stark number, 95%. That's the percentage of people who, according to him, just kind of accept a life of mediocrity. And look, this isn't just about not reaching your dreams. It often leads to real unhappiness and deep, deep regret. It's a tough one to hear for sure, but, you gotta face the problem to find the solution, right?
So the big question is, how do you escape being in that 95%? Well, the answer didn't come from some fancy business school or anything like that. No, this was forged in the fire of absolute desperation.
Yeah, to really get why this method is so powerful, you have to know where it came from. The author, Hal Elrod, didn't just have one bad day. He hit rock bottom, hard, twice. And this slide just lays it out so clearly. On the one hand, his first rock bottom, this insane car accident where he was literally clinically dead for 6 minutes. But he had a ton of support. Then, you see the other side. The 2008 financial crisis hits, and that was his second rock bottom. This time, he was all alone, drowning in debt, and he fell into a depression that he said was actually worse than all the physical pain from the crash. So there he is, at his absolute lowest, and a friend basically forces him to go for a run. And while he's out there, listening to some personal development audio, boom, everything just clicked. He had this massive realization, the one you see right here. To get the success he wanted, he had to first become the person who was capable of getting it. So what did he do? He decided to take back control of the one part of his day that he could control, the morning. He went all in, just obsessively researching what the most successful people in the world do every single day. And he took all their best habits and boiled them down into one powerful routine. And he gave this routine a name, a simple, memorable name that honestly became his lifeline, the Life S.A.V.E.R.S. All right, this is it. This is the heart of the whole thing, so really lean in here. The acronym is S.A.V.E.R.S, and it stands for 6 specific practices: silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. Let's break them down. Okay, first up, S is for silence. And no, this is not about mashing the snooze button, okay? This is about purposeful silence. We're talking meditation, maybe prayer, or even just sitting quietly for a minute. The whole point is to cut down on stress and start your day with some clarity, not just jumping straight into the chaos. Next up, A for affirmations. Now, this is all about intentionally programming your brain for success. It sounds a little out there maybe, but by saying these specific, positive things about what you're going to do and who you want to be, you literally start to rewire your brain to make that your reality. Then we have V for visualization. The best way to think about this is like a mental rehearsal for your life. You close your eyes, you picture yourself crushing your goals. The key is that this actually creates the real emotions and the motivation you need to go out and do the thing. E is for exercise. And listen, this doesn't mean you have to run a marathon before breakfast. We're talking just a few minutes of getting your body moving, jumping jacks, whatever. Just get your heart rate up. It wakes you up, boosts your energy, and gets your brain ready to focus. R is for reading. And again, the goal isn't to blast through a whole novel. It's just a few pages of a book that's going to help you grow. I mean, think about it. It's one of the fastest ways to just download decades of wisdom from the smartest people on the planet. And last but not least, the second S is for scribing, which is, a fancy word for journaling. Just the act of getting all those thoughts swirling around in your head out and onto paper. Your goals, what you're grateful for, your random ideas. It's so, so powerful for getting clear and focused. Okay, so I know what you're probably thinking right now. This all sounds great, but who has an entire hour for this every morning, right? And yeah, that is the number one objection. But the book has a totally brilliant answer for that. It all comes down to this number, 6. You can do the entire routine, all 6 practices, in just 6 minutes. This is what makes it so genius, right? It just completely gets rid of that "I don't have time" excuse we all use. And this right here, this is the 6-minute version.
I mean, this just demolishes that I don't have time excuse, doesn't it? Look at it. 1 minute of silence, 1 minute of affirmations, 1 minute of visualization. You get the idea. The point isn't to become a master at any of these in 60 seconds. The point is just to build the habit. Come on, literally anyone can find 6 minutes. Okay, so what's the payoff? What do you actually get for this small investment of time every day? What happens when you consistently choose to start your day with intention instead of just reacting to whatever comes your way?
Well, the promise of the book is a total transformation, like across the board in your life. But here's the real insight. You don't chase these things one by one. You don't say, I'm going to be happier or I'm going to make more money. No, you focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally creates those results. We're talking more happiness, better health, more success. All of it just becomes a natural result of how you start your day. So when you boil it all down, here's the big takeaway. The miracle morning isn't really about waking up early. It's about waking up to your own potential. It's built on this really simple but powerful idea. Who you become is just the sum of what you do every day. So the real question the book leaves you with isn't just, are you going to try this? It's, who do you want to become?